So today I want to talk about one of, if not the hottest topics going on in wrestling today, and that is Mercedes Mone-Yay. More specifically, her being the belt collector, and do I give it yay or nay? And I'm probably going to surprise people here as an old school fan, because normally I would not be a fan of an angle like this, because I would have felt that it makes the belts look too much like props. However, I'm giving this one a thumbs up, yay. Here's why. So I think one of the big things people are missing here is this is a major TV star, not just from her being in AEW, but all her years in WWE as Sasha Banks, that is bringing a shine to these promotions. And I'm not talking obviously like AEW, or to a lesser extent ROH, which is part of AEW, or even a CMLL or a Rev Pro that are known. Some of these other titles, like Bestia, Body Slam, EWA, I didn't know what these were until I looked at her accounts and saw these belts listed. So it's bringing a lot of attention to these titles that they wouldn't normally have, and a lot of attendance, eyes on videos, whether it's just views or if it's paid, they're getting money. I mean, imagine if somebody like a Becky Lynch just showed up at an independent show to sign autographs, let alone wrestle, and she's wrestling. These shows are going to be sold out, and it's a huge boost. And as far as her following and what she's doing with it, let's take a look at some of that. Here's her X account with 2.5 million followers. So think of the attention and the free promotion that these entities are getting. And let me give you a little behind the scenes here, folks. Getting a mention, unless you're friends with the person, obviously, on an account with 2.5 million followers normally would not be cheap. To say the least, I've done some on a limited basis with accounts who didn't have nearly that many, and it was a few bucks. So instead of spending this money to get that mention, they are now getting continuous promotion by her holding these belts. Now let's look at her Instagram account. 6.1 million followers, which is obviously a lot. But to put that into perspective, the only female wrestlers that I could find with higher counts were Alexa Bliss at a slight margin with 6.2 and Rhea Ripley at 6.6. So that doesn't tell you something. I don't know what does. She's one of the most recognizable female wrestlers in the world. Oh, and she's been on a Star Wars series. So, The Mandalorian, if you didn't know. And that also raises her recognition factor. So you've got a TV star just from wrestling and now Star Wars. And like I said, if you can't see the value in that as far as raising the profile of these promotions, I don't know what to tell you. And the final thing is, she is bringing eyes, probably not only for the first time to the product, but bringing people back like myself. I had stopped watching AEW, didn't bother complaining about it, it just wasn't connecting with it, and I turned it off. Shocker. But I heard about this, I said, let me check it out for myself. Ignored the online hate I was talking about before and wanted to form my own opinion, good or bad. I watched Dynamite the week she had the championship celebration of winning the ROH Interim Women's Championship as her 12th title, had the big entrance with all the guys holding the belts, again, and going into the ring, gloating, which guess what is what a heel does. And then we get Harley Cameron with the puppet, which is always funny, coming out. So she's getting angry, pulls Harley up, berates her. But of course, out comes Chris Statlander. And like every celebration, there's a big cake. And what happens? Mercedes goes through the cake like every other heel has in wrestling for decades. So again, she's doing what a heel does, not afraid to make herself look foolish or have someone get the better of her. So she's a heel doing heel things. As far as the online stuff with some of the things she says, she's just, again, being a heel. When some people are getting angry, she's just trolling on purpose, again, being a heel in character to get these reactions. So that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.